second one would be a video of you expressing in one sentence what inspires you about your mother. Feel free to add some words of love for her after that, but keep the answer to one sentence for what inspires you about your mother, as we want to include as many brothers and sisters in this compilation. This will be shared during the Sunday service on a very large screen, so make sure that you use your best quality camera. And also, we are hoping to show the video to your mother before the service so that she can be very excited to see you all. In case you are not coming in,
Graham. He's here. I saw him. Graham. are here, healing every heart. I worship you, I worship you. You are here, turning lives around. I worship you, I worship you. You are here, mending every heart. I worship you, I worship you. You are waymaker, miracle worker, promise keeper, light in the darkness, my God, that is who you are. You are waymaker, miracle worker, promise keeper, light in the darkness, my God, that is who you are. 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 Even when I don't see it, you're working. Even when I can't feel it, you're working. You never stop working. You never stop working. Even when I don't see it, you're working. Even when I can't feel it, you're working. You never stop working. You never stop working. Even when I don't see it, you're working. Even when I can feel it, you're working. You never stop working. You never stop working. Even when I don't see it, you're working. Even when I can feel it, you're working. You never stop working. You never stop. You are waymaker, miracle worker, promise keeper, light in the darkness, my God, that is who you are. You are waymaker, miracle worker, promise keeper, light in the darkness, my God, that is who you are. 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 Can we do one more a cappella? That is who you are. 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 So that last chorus is just Father's dwelling place. Should we just intro into the last verse? The Father's dwelling place. The Father's dwelling place is the eternal paradise, where the blessing he had to reserve will be freely given. May the word of God in my heart resound, so eternally to receive his praise. We shall be his pride and delight, children of the living God, into the world of Eden regained. Let's go dancing together into the world of Eden regained. Let's go dancing together. Intro into the last verse. Into the last verse, last chorus, and then we're going to repeat this once.
Yeah, okay.
And then I think we can just slow down the last line.
Okay.
Can,
Easy enough? Like a,
could you repeat the, not repeat, the intro be
yeah, so you want from the beginning, yeah? What?
the intro? Tell us the tidings. Could you play that as the
Oh, I see what you mean, yeah.
When the woes. When the woes of 6,000 years are gone from the Father's heart, sons and daughters shall live with great joy, our true parents' home. Saints and sages and men of good faith, all waited for this day. Loyal men of hope and fidelity. are here. You are here, moving in our midst. I worship you. I worship you. You are here, working in this place. I worship you. I worship you. You are here, moving in our midst. I worship you. I worship you. You are here, working in this place. I worship you. I worship you. You are waymaker, miracle worker, promise keeper, light in the darkness. My God, that is who you are. You are waymaker, miracle worker, promise keeper, light in the darkness. My God, that is who you are. You are here, touching every heart. I worship you. I worship you. You are here, healing every heart. I worship you. I worship you. You are here, turning lives around. I worship you. I worship you. You are here, mending every heart. I worship you. I worship you. You are waymaker, miracle worker, promise keeper, light in the darkness. My God, that is who you are. You are waymaker, miracle worker, promise keeper, light in the darkness. My God, that is who you are. 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 Even when I don't see it, you're working. Even when I can hear it, you're working. You never stop working. You never stop working. Even when I don't see it, you're working. Even when I can feel it, you're working. You never stop working. You never stop. You are waymaker, miracle worker, promise keeper, light in the darkness. My God, that is who you are. You are waymaker, miracle worker, promise keeper, light in the darkness. My God, that is who you are. 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 That is who you are.
Guitars could have faded earlier.
1, 2, 3. Oh, that's it.
Oh my gosh, what is that?
To me?
Uh, 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 uh. Good morning, everybody. Happy Sunday. We're going to begin by offering a half bow to our Heavenly Parent and true parents, so please stand up. Right. Chanjin, Champomanim Ge, Kyongbe. Now we're going to recite the family pledge, number 4. Our family, the owner of Chinilguk, pledges to build the universal family encompassing heaven and earth, which is the Heavenly Parent's ideal of creation, and perfect the world of freedom, peace, unity, and happiness by centering true love. Please join me in an opening prayer. Beloved Heavenly Parent and true parents, good morning. We're so privileged and fortunate to be gathered here once again as a family, one community, River South. You've showered your love and abundance in our lives, Heavenly Parent, and we're so grateful. But when we see people around us going through hardship and conflict, you remain restless. And we want to help you build your kingdom here on earth, because we are the salt of the earth, but we need your divine guidance, divine wisdom to be able to spread that love, exercise that dominion of love in our environment. Heavenly Parent, you've invested so much in creating us to feel joy, but we aren't able to reciprocate and to still bring that joy to you. And we're trying our best each day to help you fulfill your dreams. But Heavenly Parent, we're here once again to make that recommitment, to reconnect our connection with you. And please, Heavenly Parent, we're so still immature, and we're trying our best. We're doing our best every day to really strive to fulfill our duties and to be worthy of to be called your sons and daughters. And please be with us now in this Sunday service, and that the message we'll receive can uplift us and guide us throughout the week. Thank you once again for everything that you've done for us. I'd like to simply report and channel all this with humility and gratitude. In my name, Kwanshik Philip Okiivi, for blessing to our family, Aju. So please welcome up the band. We're going to have 2 songs. Let's give them a round of applause.
Morning, everyone. Let's rise and sing our first 2 songs. So we're starting with Hosanna, and then we'll go into Man Coming to Egypt. I see the King of Glory. I see the King of Glory coming on the clouds with fire. The whole earth shakes, the whole earth shakes. I see his love and mercy washing over all our sin. The peace see a generation rising up to take their place with selfless faith, with selfless faith. I see a near revival stirring as we pray and seek. We're on our knees, we're on our knees. Hosanna, Hosanna, Hosanna in the highest. Hosanna, Hosanna, Hosanna in the highest. Heal my heart. Heal my heart and make it clean. Open up my eyes to the things unseen. Show me how to love like you have loved me. Break my heart for what breaks yours. Everything I am for your kingdom's cause. As I walk from earth into eternity. Hosanna. Hosanna, Hosanna, Hosanna in the highest. Hosanna, Hosanna, Hosanna in the highest. Hosanna, 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 Hosanna in the highest. Hosanna, Hosanna, Hosanna in the highest. Hosanna in the highest. Hosanna in the highest. Lovely, thank you so much. That was a really nice start. So we'll go into our next song, which is Man Come Into Egypt. There is a man
Welcome again, everybody. Happy Sunday. It's good to see you. Long time no see. Whoa. Actually, yeah, I've missed the last 3 Sunday services, and I feel bad, but I have an excuse. Yeah, if maybe I can, I'm gonna share some photos actually from where I was, what I was doing with my time in the previous weeks. But yeah, I was in Austria. I joined for like 10 days, 12 days with the EMP team. They are doing some 21-day fundraising condition. That's why they said, oh, we need as an urgent driver, actually. I was just driving for the sisters. That's why. No, you can go back. Slow. I was in charge of driving like a small group of sisters. So we started in Augsburg, Germany. Stayed there for 5-6 days, and then we went to Switzerland, a small town, a small village in Switzerland. And what can I say? I've learned a few things about sisters. You know, they're not very punctual, to be honest. When we say we have to open the day at 6 a.m., 5:59, I'm already with my socks on, ready to do a half bow, but they're still in their beds. You know? But yeah, it's curious, you know, just with sisters for 2 weeks. And yeah, move on to the next image. That was maybe, yeah, that's some picture taking of the surroundings. Maybe I can move here if you can. That was my sofa bed. I was really very comfortable, sleeping like a baby in that. Because there were 2 rooms, so the sisters were like 3 in one room, 3 in the other room, so I just had to stay in the living room. And that was the only place we had true parents' picture, so I had to wake up early, fold everything, and get ready, you know. Well, yeah, next photo. These were the products we were selling. We're selling soap. So when we were here in Germany, we're selling them for 10, 15 euros, but then when we went to Switzerland, we increased the price a little bit. Yeah, flower cards, of course. Yeah. And then, yeah, the flowers were blooming. Speaking of blooming, bloom in a few weeks' time, right? It's the season. Then, yeah, just some interesting neighborhoods. They had this, you know, statues, what do you call them? And then, yeah, they were the hosts, like the people who hosted us. Crazy hair. Sorry, my hair is a bit... So, if I remember correctly, Brother Thomas and Mizue or Mitsue, I forgot, sorry. Masue, yeah. So, 6 sisters, only 1 guy. Yes. More photos. That one we say goodbye to them because we had to travel. And then they booked an Airbnb for us last minute. We were in this villa. It's called Villa Donkey. And because we were in the countryside, it's like in the mountains. So the temperatures were low in the morning, so it would snow very often. But when you go down to the city, it's like very warm, very cozy. And then these were some pictures I just took during fundraising. I was doing personal fundraising. I wasn't doing full time. I was doing maybe 2 hours a day, and then just sightseeing. Because the sisters, they would go in pairs. They go fundraising, and then I would go on my own. But yeah, even though it's a challenge, you know. You encounter so many different kinds of people. Those people who say, sorry, no time, or goodbye, choose. Some people would say, yeah, they're listening, 10 minutes listening to you, but then, sorry, I'm not interested, but we carry on, you know? Yeah, we have more photos. Yeah, that's when we say goodbye, because I was going back home, and yeah, just a few photos. One random guy joined us in the parking lot. He was just But yeah, it's a refreshing experience, quick getaway for 2 weeks. But yeah, it's good to be back. More? No photos? That's it? That's it. So yeah, thank you. So we have weekly announcements to follow the schedule. Sorry. So True Mother is coming to Europe in Munich, 18th of May to the 19th in the Show Palace Event Arena. So I'm pretty sure everyone's got their ticket, right? Okay, we have, I signed up as a volunteer actually. I'm gonna be volunteering. And I'm sure also some young people will do the same. But yeah, no ticket, no entrance. So we've got Chombo workshop in Hungary, May 4th to the 5th, and it's gonna be online. QR code is there. Chombo EUME branch will host in Hungary. Okay, we've got annual gathering festival in Cleve House, as usual, 22nd of June 2024. It's gonna be packed, right? We've got EUME Children's Art Contest, 7 years old to 17. And the deadline to apply is 7th, so from 7th of April to 7th of May. And then we've got the Hyojong Youth Pilgrimage in Korea from 3rd of August to 25th. So it's for everyone. 16 plus, and 21 days. We've got, ESGT workshops, like every year. We've got the ODP Plus, Senior Plus, Roots, all in Camberg, Germany. And interesting, United Football Games. I wanted to sign up, but it's fully booked. It's gonna be in Melksham, in the countryside of England, June 28th to the 30th. See Kenneth there, see some other brothers, from other French team. We have a 14-day Divine Principle workshop in Gafflenz, Austria, July 14th to 27th. Registration is open. And family camp, Cleve House. It's gonna be also eventful, full of children, a lot of families. So let's enjoy that July 26th to the 31st. Another camp, children's camp, July 30th to the 3rd of August, Cleve House, right? Cleve House. Okay, with special announcement, Tanya is gonna make where's Tanya? Upstairs, yeah. Tanya, because they're gonna be selling flower cards to fundraise for, I think, witnessing fundraising. Yeah, in order to support the witnessing team, if I remember correctly. So yeah, they're gonna be selling handmade flower cards to fundraise. And then EMP program, what used to be called STF, so now it's EMP. It's gonna start in October, going until August 2025. And yeah, and this is what is this? Sorry. Mieko-san. Please welcome up Mieko-san. She's gonna give an announcement today.
Oh my goodness. Good morning. Wow. So actually I would like to ask you to join street speech. Street speech, yes? About As you know, this is in Japanese photograph. As you know, in Japanese member treated very bad situation at the moment from government and from mass media and so on and so on. So yesterday we have a meeting with Japanese members, and then we decided UK we can do street speech about freedom of religion and human rights protection. I don't want to say details now because a horrible story and very sad story. So if you are interested in, please come. And yeah, incredible, unfair treatment we Japanese member received. So next week, not next week, this week, 4th and 5th, Saturday, Sunday, we try to do in speech corner in Heidelberg. Yes. Speakers corner. Yes. So please come. You don't have to say anything. Just support us, and the music welcome. And then we, very small voice, but better than nothing. And then maybe we can go BBC or something like that. Really, really dangerous situation. And then some small court case we lost. So really we have to support as much as possible. Thank you.
Weekly update.
Welcome to this week's news from the West Sub-region. My name is Joshua Berry-Rejo, and I'll be your MC for this weekly news. First, let me wish you all a happy 64th anniversary of True Parents' Holy Wedding. The celebration events began last weekend, and I hope you have all managed to participate in some of them. These events are a good way for us to better prepare for True Mother's visit to Munich next month. Here is an update on the preparations for our gathering in Munich.
3, 2, 1. Hi everyone!
It's Eugene and Munlang. We're part of the organizing team to prepare for the Pentecost service that's happening this May to welcome our True Mother.
And we want to include you in the Sunday service of May 19th. And so for that, we want to ask two things.
Yep, the first one being a photo of yourself or with your family, hopefully by some flowers or a single flower. You can also be creative.
And the second one would be a video of you expressing in one sentence what inspires you about True Mother. Feel free to add some words of love for her after that, but keep the answer to one sentence for what inspires you about True Mother, as we want to include as many brothers and sisters in this compilation. This will be shared during the Sunday service on a very large screen, so make sure that you use your best quality camera. And also we are hoping to show the video to True Mother before the service so that she can be very excited to see you all. In case you are not coming in Munich, that's also the perfect opportunity to join the event by showing your faces there.
Yes, so as you can see the email below, please send your videos, your photos to the address, and we look forward to receiving them, compiling them, showing them to our True Mother and to you all at the service.
Thank you everyone. Have a nice week.
Thank you all those who are working hard to prepare True Mother's visit. Now, let us begin the news from the West Sub-region with news of the change of leadership in the Paris community.
On Easter weekend, the Paris community had the official transfer of leadership between Honoré Mamweni and the new leadership team composed of Dorian Grabrand, Marie-Christine Audin, Ignace Wantete and Virginie Pinas. After several years serving as a local pastor in the Paris area, Honoré is going back to Africa, and we took time to thank him and his family for all their work. Many members, but also a Christian pastor and ambassadors for peace, came to attend this special ceremony. Honoré gave his final sermon as pastor. The highlight was the tear-shedding unison prayer and loud cheers around the new team to give them spiritual support and protection. The event ended with a victory cake and a nice meal together. This transition was well prepared for the past few months, with a lot of prayer, reflection and discussions. There's a lot of hope for the community with a new team of superheroes for God, representing different generations, genders, origins and superpowers. Already the first Sunday gatherings after transition showed a very inspiring dynamic, including one person becoming a new member. Be ready to hear more inspiring news from this dynamic community.
From Paris, we will now travel more than 7,000 kilometers to Zambia, where many Dutch families have heavenly tribal Messiah tribes. Our brother Dirk van Dorsten will report about the project that was started by Dutch brothers and sisters to support the tribes there.
Dear brothers and sisters, I want to share with you the latest developments of the HTM mission to Chipata in Zambia, where many Dutch members have their tribes. Last time, together with Dawson Lupili, our local project manager, I reported about the education of 43 couples of each of the 12 tribes from the Netherlands in 2023. For most of the tribes, it had been several years since we visited them, mainly due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Some of them were disappointed it took such a long time and asked what more we were doing for them except teaching the divine principle. We thought about the situation and realized we needed to regain their trust and show our good intentions by combining teaching the divine principle with community service. While preparing for my trip, Dawson and Felix explained to me that many farmers were struggling even to buy fertilizer for their crops and were mostly unaware of cultivating their land through organic farming. I myself have been interested in organic farming since my youth and went to the agricultural high school to learn about the science behind it. We realized that this is the best way to help and serve our tribes while continuing their spiritual education. We work together with the Kasisi Institute, who have 30 years of experience in organic farming in Zambia, and hope to send many of our tribe members there for training. So after arriving in Chipata, together with the local community and youth, we worked hard to establish our first garden as a model of heavenly farming. We thought about the situation of our Heavenly Parent, who because of the fall of man, never was able to teach to his children on how to farm, and through parents' many efforts in this field. We were very motivated and did our best to establish this garden at our training center, so it can also serve as an institute in this field. When my own tribe members visited our finished garden, they were very enthusiastic. Therefore, we decided to build the next garden in their village. Headman Gondani and his wife welcomed our initiatives and invited us to continue to work together and keep teaching the divine principle to families and their youth. We are now very hopeful to expand this project to all of our tribes and continue to support them both spiritually and physically.
In both France and the Netherlands, there have been events to bring young families together. Here to tell us about them are Rafael Guignard and Anna Beckerjap.
The Dutch community celebrated Easter together with a sermon about the meaning of Easter in the morning, an Easter lunch and a program for the children in the afternoon. There were games, an Easter egg hunt, crafting and a quiz about the sermon. Many members came, especially young families, but also elder members and some guests. 3 generations celebrating together.
Last Sunday, we had a one-day spring gathering for young adults and families in the Shabaran Training Center. After a very uplifting moment of worship together, guided by a great life band, adults and children had different programs. Both programs focused on connecting with True Mother, including a very moving animation and testimony from the US. While children also had a Korean lesson and creative activities, the adults had some deep guidance, reflection and discussion on generational transition and finding their place in the providence. We also had a very inspiring testimony from Kenko Wada about the United Football Games tournament happening near Cliff House in the UK at the end of June. There will be 6 nations represented, including an American team, and all the matches will be live streamed. After a nice barbecue, the afternoon was focused on the football match, helping the French team to prepare for the tournament. Thanks to this gathering, we were able to connect deeply and prepare well for True Mother's coming and the upcoming football tournament.
And to conclude our news, there have been several UPF in our sub-region recently, and here are the reports.
Dialogue and Alliance held its monthly meeting on the theme of the Golden Rule. The first speaker was former Ambassador of Burundi, Musi Helu, the father of the International Day of the Golden Rule. The meeting was held in Paris with participants by Zoom from 15 different French-speaking countries. UPF France held its 3rd seminar this year on the vision and principles of peace of the UPF. 6 guests participated in this program from 10 to 5:30, including a Catholic priest. The lectures were given by Axel Huard, Laurent Ledouce, and Jacques Marion. A meeting was recently held in the European Parliament in Brussels about protecting freedom of religion or belief in a turbulent world. UPF representatives from Belgium, the Netherlands, and France took part in this event. Jacques Marion informed the panel about the current persecution of the FFWPU in Japan, which they were unaware of.
After 7 years of serving as the UPF co-chair of the Yumi region, Dr. Otsuka is changing mission. A few French leaders and members had the honor to express their gratitude on behalf of many others by offering very nice pens to him and his wife, and by sharing a delicious Japanese dinner where he shared very openly his heart and thanked everyone for their help and support.
That's all for this week, brothers and sisters. Hope to see you all in Munich for Pentecost with True Mother.
Okay, thank you so much. We're going to have a couple more songs before our sermon. So please welcome up the band again.
Let's rise. We have 2 more songs before the sermon. We've got Waymaker and then Father's Dwelling Place. Even when I don't see it, you're working. Even when I can feel it, you're working. You never stop working. You never stop, you never stop. You are waymaker, miracle worker, promise keeper, light in the darkness, my God, that is who you are. You are waymaker, miracle worker, promise keeper, light in the darkness, my God, that is who you are. 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 That is who you are.
The last one before this sermon is the Father's 20.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. We're now going to have our sermon for today, which will be given by Uncle Graham Bennett. The title is Moses' Course and Our Personal Path to Canaan. So please let us welcome him up with a big round of applause.
Good morning, everyone. This won't be a high-tech presentation. Actually, it's going to be a very low-tech. Even actually, it's a no-tech preparation, this. I have only one slide, and that's a title slide, right? The rest is by paper. So, the message is Moses' course and my personal path to Canaan, or our personal path to Canaan. But I want to say first, actually, I really enjoyed the songs. I thought they were really, really nice. And all of them. The first one, Hosanna, actually, just in the words of Hosanna, it says, I see a new generation rising up to take their place. And I really appreciate the second gen, our children. So many of them are really rising up. And I was in the prayer room at the back earlier on, and there were some young people there. It's very, really appreciated. All the songs are great, thank you. So one could ask then, how does the life of Moses relate to you and I? Well, I want to read two passages from the Divine Principle. It's the Holy Book of the Unification Church, our movement, and the Divine Principle, page 225, says, through the life course of a prophet, the Bible discloses the way for fallen people to walk. Okay. Elsewhere, page 187 of the Divine Principle, it says, the path which all past saints walked as they strove to fulfill God's providential will is the very path we must walk again today. Beyond that, we must continue to the end of the path, even walking trails they left untrodden. So I'd like to try to uncover some pointers for our life and gain some insights from the story of Moses. Moses' life, we all know about it. It's been the inspiration, very powerful life, dynamic personality, movies, documentaries, countless books have been written about the story of Moses. The song that the band sang this morning, marching to the blessed land of Canaan with delight. It talks about Moses in this almost messianic way, messianic attitude, way of life. Yeah, Moses was a very powerful figure, but he also had his doubts, he had his fears, and we will look at some others as well. So he's not just born great, But anyway, Moses, as we know, led the Israelites out of bondage some 3,000 years ago from Egypt. And that was called the Exodus, which in Greek means the way out, or it's exodos, the way out or the path out. He then entered a long and challenging course through the desert wilderness era until they arrived at Canaan, the land promised by God to his children. So Moses' life actually was bound to the Israelites, okay? Without them, he wouldn't be mentioned at all probably in the Bible, just another figure going through life, like a spark in eternity. But Moses' life was great because he was bound to something great, okay? That's what gives value. Let's go forward 3,000 years present time, okay? Here we're living in the ministry of our true parents, which has paralleled Moses' course, as true parents, true father, true mother has often mentioned, and more. By walking trails, even Moses and the Israelites left untrodden. True parents have made many references to Moses' course and themselves. So where are we right now? Where are we on that course right now, dispensationally speaking, cosmically speaking? Well, Family pledge number 8 says that we have entered the era of Chonil Guk. So what is Chonil Guk? True Mother likens Chonil Guk to the biblical Canaan, but in a much expanded way. Last September, she said in a speech, "This is now the Chonil Guk era. The course of the wilderness era is in the past." Right? The course of the wilderness era is in the past. That's from the speech. The value of true parents from the viewpoint of heaven's providence. So just like the season of spring comes, life itself, spiritual and physical, is in the season or era of Chonil Guk, or I could say a cosmic Canaan. So how did God's providence get to this point? I need to rewind some 40 years. The year is 1981. True Father's giving a speech in New York. It's called The Providence of the Individual, Past and Present. And this, I'm taking 3 excerpts from this speech. We're in a modern day exodus, Father says. Our way of life, our family, our marital lifestyle is that of gypsies, a wilderness life. We cannot stop here. We cannot settle yet. We have not reached Canaan yet. Then Father continues, on your way to Canaan, you always find a Red Sea, a mountain to cross, a waterless desert. And he goes on. The Unification Church way of life is designed to give you Exodus training. Your fundraising, your witnessing, your home church work, your mission are designed to give you training for the victorious Exodus. So Egypt represents a bad place or state of being that needs to be put behind us. Okay? And Canaan is a good place to be, internally and externally. The goal, the destination. And I was listening to a Godable this morning, Godable reading. That's, if you don't know about it, ask a brother or sister, or online you can ask someone. But the Godable is a daily reading of holy texts that's available via mobile or computer or some other similar device. And in it, the Father said, a course from suffering to success. It's a way of life. It's the only way to be, Father said so. So Moses' course represents that path from suffering to success. So where am I in my own mind, my heart? My lifestyle on my personal path to Canaan? Am I stuck in Egypt? Am I standing at the shores of the Red Sea? Am I wandering in the wilderness? Or have I entered Canaan? Hopefully we can understand ourselves a little bit better by looking at the players in Moses' story and learning from their mistakes and their successes. So today I've only got time for a brief sketch, unfortunately, so I'm missing a lot of major events, but you can read the Bible, you can read Divine Principle, listen to True Parents' words, and many things will come clear. But Moses was born in Egypt at the time. Pharaoh ordered all newborn Hebrew males to be drowned. His mother came up with a daring plan. She would put the Moses in a basket at the reeds at the River Nile, and Pharaoh's daughter would come to bathe, and the idea was that she would see this basket. Moses' sister was actually an attendant of the princess. Okay, so it will depend on the timing. Moses' mother and the daughter and mother's sister would arrange this. So the princess came, she saw the basket, she recognized the baby as Hebrew, but he was crying, and she took pity on him. Now you can imagine if the timing wasn't quite good and she hadn't come out for like a half an hour, the baby would be bawling. Whoa! And I think maybe the princess would not find him so cute. So it's important to get timing right. So Moses' sister asked the princess, could I find a Hebrew woman to nurse him, a little baby, of course, and the princess says yes. So of course, Moses' sister brought her mother, and so the mother brought Moses up at the palace as her nurse, And she was actually paid very well by the princess as well. So the princess actually was a childless widow. Her husband had died young, and she had that longing. She had a longing, and God could fill it. Yeah. So it makes me wonder, with people around us, can we get to know their needs? And maybe God, through parents, maybe the divine principle, maybe our vision could help fill that void. We all have needs and voids, and we know that our Heavenly Parent is the ultimate solution to that. So scholars say that Moses was educated very well in the palace in arts and law, astronomy, medicine, philosophy, and so on, and also his mother and sister would give him a solid grounding as a child of God. So all that was preparation for what lay ahead. But what happened later didn't go well. Age 40, Moses saw an Egyptian taskmaster badly mistreating a Hebrew worker. He sees red, loses his temper, slays the Egyptian, buries his body in the sand. Thing is, later on, somewhere else, Moses muscles into a quarrel between two Hebrews, telling them to stop fighting. So how do you think they reacted? You going to kill us too? So Moses knew word had got out. He knew Pharaoh would soon find out. He had a sharp sense of justice, but he was passionate, but that's not enough. He needed to have a plan. He didn't have a plan. So he killed the slave driver for the Hebrews' sake, but he lost the Hebrews' support. So we've got to make sure, we do things right, not just passionately, but we've got to have a proper plan, well thought out. So as a movement or as an individual, maybe we can see, where we are. The attitude was right, our intention was right, but somehow the result didn't come as we'd wanted. So Moses hightails it into the desert, escaping off the grid. Arrives in Midian wilderness, home of a tribe of nomads, and he chases off some bad dudes at a well. They're kind of harassing some women at the well, so he chases them off. So then he comes into the local, campground area. Who's this handsome young man, turning up on our desert community? Look good looking, educated, knows how to look after himself. So Moses quickly becomes the coolest kid in the Midian desert. Yeah, but the lifestyle is very, very tough. Long, merciless, beating heat of the day, nights so cold that rock shatters into sand. Strange animals, pests, sandstorms, not easy. But here Moses acquired desert survival techniques and training and lifestyle. So unknown to him, it was the best thing that could have happened to him for what lay ahead. He marries a local woman, has some children, at least 2 sons, and lives the life of a shepherd. And he probably would have been content to live out his whole life in such a way. But back in Egypt, that continued. The Bible, Exodus 2:25 says, God saw the people of Israel and he knew their conditions. They were having a very hard time indeed. Generation after generation were being born into captivity. They knew nothing else, trained only to follow orders, punished violently and victimized. So many carried those scars, the scars of abuse, their whole life. In some way, the Egyptian environment kind of compares to our human state of affairs, doesn't it? St. Paul in the New Testament, follower of Jesus Christ, liken worldly people to enslaved Hebrews, calling them captives, not to Egypt or the Pharaoh, but to the law of sin, trapped within this cycle of selfishness, in other words. So even if people are physically free, if they're caught in the cycle of self-centeredness, born and raised within selfish cultures, knowing little else, surely that's a form of slavery. But back to Moses. Unknown to those captives in Egypt, some 300 miles eastward in the desert, God is about to wake up Moses. Make this now shepherd into a giant of a man. Point here is that when dark times face people and nations, good people rise up and act, ready to act. So they need a vision, though. So who are these people? Where are they? How do we find them? Anyway, God makes a personal call to Moses and gives an order that's going to change his lifestyle again. In Exodus 3:7, God says, I have seen the misery of my people. I have heard them crying out because of their slave drivers. I'm sending you to Pharaoh to bring my people out of Egypt. Moses was stunned, right? Talk about being taken out of your comfort zone. He says, who am I that I should go? So Moses was not seeing the same person that God was seeing. He was looking at himself through his own eyes. Okay? But God, he saw the potential. According to divine principle, Moses was the forerunner of Christ. Nothing less than that. So God doesn't answer that question, who am I? God says simply, I will be with you. So it doesn't matter who we are. If God is with us and we're with God, we're a winner. So Moses then asked God, well, what name shall I give for you? He's thinking of this Hebrews he's got to meet now after all these years. What's he going to say? Who's kind of sent me? Because the Hebrews have been slaves for so long in Egypt. All they knew really were the Egyptian gods. And the Egyptians had crocodile gods, eagle gods, fish gods, goat god, and 2,000 other kind of fantastic creatures. So we know about them worshipping the golden calf. Remember when Moses went up the mountain? So that's their kind of mentality. That's what they knew, even after time with Moses, but that's all they knew. So how would God compete with all those Egyptian gods? So what do you think God replies when Moses asked God, what name shall I give for you? Well, Exodus 3:14, God said, I am who I am. Tell this to the people of Israel, I am has sent you. Now, I think that's just amazingly abstract. It's brilliant, isn't it? It's like some Zen saying, It's going to surely bend their minds and gain their attention. But then Moses thinks about Pharaoh. Okay, all right, let's go tick that box. How about Pharaoh? What am I going to say to Pharaoh? Moses says to God, Pharaoh's not going to believe me. He's going to say, God didn't appear to you. Of course, that's not in the Bible. That's my expansion, right? But he said, God didn't appear to you. That's what he was expecting. So what did God say? Use your rod. So God demonstrated a couple of miracles, gave him some rod training, But apparently for Moses, that wasn't enough. Some kind of kung fu or this kind of thing. I don't know what. Actually more like miracles. But so Moses said, but I've never been eloquent. I'm slow of speech and tongue. So Moses either didn't speak Egyptian very well or he had some speech impediment, or possibly both. Of course, he was there long enough, wasn't he? So, but he was Hebrew, I don't know. It's unknown exactly why he couldn't speak so well. But God said, I will be your mouth and speak through you. So after all that, God should have answered every doubt and worry. But I think Moses really didn't want to go. He really didn't want to do this, right? So what does Moses say? Please, I pray, send someone else. And God's getting a bit upset at this point. He says, your brother Aaron can speak for you. You carry the rod. So true father said that the rod or the staff is a representation of Christ and represents the power of God. So Moses with the staff now becomes Christ-like. But he kind of looks like an unimpressive candidate for, forerunner of Christ to me. I don't know about what you think. But here's a thought. Anyway, Moses' doubts and his responses got God to lay out his action plan, right? If Moses was just a yes man, okay, he kind of goes off back to Cairo, or not Cairo, it didn't exist in those days, Egypt, and he would have, he wouldn't know what God's plan was. But by, perhaps sometimes we can be totally open and honest with God, with our Heavenly Parent, and saying what we truly feel and think. Maybe that's what we need sometimes, a proper heart-to-heart, Heavenly Parent, I really can't do this, or I really don't want to do this, or something, or however. That's my style. So your style's, I'm sure, much better. But, to have this honest conversation sometimes, because then, God can give us things that if we just say, yeah, I'll do it, but not half-heartedly. Father said one time, be a yes man, or a yes person, or a no person, but not a maybe person. Yeah, don't be a maybe, yes or a no. So sometimes I have said, sometimes you may say, no, I can't do it to God, or something, I can't do it. But then you get some inspiration and things, and then you can do it. God can work amazingly, right? So it's okay to say no even, because you may then say yes later. But if you're kind of in the middle, maybe I don't want to do it, you can't receive. Yeah, you're not open to God. So, moving on. Anyway, Moses heads for Egypt. He leaves family and community behind. He couldn't allow himself to be weakened by the cries of their cries. And Jesus did the same thing, didn't he? He ignored his own family. He had to do God's will, even if they were pleading to him. And in our time, we have witnessed, through father and through mother, their family sacrifices, right? So many times. Pharaoh was a tough nut to crack, though. Moses asked him for 3 days to worship God. But Pharaoh refuses. He makes the workload of the slaves harder. They blame Moses. Moses blames God. Why did you ever send me? Things are getting worse. Exodus 5:22. God says, I am the Lord. I will bring you out. So sometimes things look bad, but we often can't know what is behind the scenes. We're called to walk by faith, not by sight, not to misread external situations, but to trust heaven. God says to him, Exodus 6:28, speak to the Pharaoh again. So Moses goes back. He has a face-off with Pharaoh. And a competition breaks out between him and Aaron and Pharaoh's magicians. So start small. Aaron does a miracle with a rod. Pharaoh's magicians do a counter miracle. No one's really impressed. Okay, God thinks it's time to level up. We've got to up the ante here. Nile waters foul up and stink for days on end. The magicians believe they can't stop that. But Pharaoh is stubborn. So next, a plague of diseased frogs die in the streets. They come out of the Nile, probably die in the streets. Then clouds of mosquitoes. Then flies. So we'll take a moment here about flies. Here in England, the flies are kind of gentlemanly or ladylike, aren't they? Our English flies, right? You kind of wave your hand a couple of times, they come to your face, and they go away, right? In Egypt, the flies are disgusting. They're horrendous. They're big, they're disgusting and ugly. And you wave your hands, and they fly around your hands, right? They do not go away, Egyptian flies. And, they come to your eye, the corner of your eye there, and they sap the little, anything here, any moisture from here, or the corner of your lips. They even get in your mouth if kind of disgusting. Okay, moving on. That's my experience anyway. Then there comes a swarm of locusts. Cattle die, hail, fire. Then children catch the plague, and Pharaoh's eldest son dies. Okay, that's it. He finally surrenders. Exodus 12:32. Go and take the people with you. Then he adds, and bless me also. I'm thinking, bless me also? That's a bit rich, isn't it? It's all about big P, right? Big Pharaoh. Actually, it's phonetically it'd be big F, wouldn't it? But Pharaoh is Phar, and whatever else comes afterwards. So, big P just wants to possess stuff, right? Even spiritual blessings. If he can gather and possess spiritual blessings, he'll take those as well. So, as it happens, 1 million people leave with Moses, including an assortment of other races. Few days pass. They go out in the world, because Pharaoh let them off to kind of worship for 3 days in the desert. But 3 days comes and goes, and then Pharaoh realized they bought one-way tickets. That they're not coming back, right? So within a week, hundreds of chariots come bearing down at them, racing across the desert to the Israelites. So they're scared. No place to hide, right? And then they say, Exodus 14:12, it's better for us to serve the Egyptians than die in the wilderness. But the reality was, they vastly outnumbered Egyptian soldiers, right? There are 1 million of them, okay? Just make a nice big semicircle, have them come in the middle, surround them, and that's it. They're physically very strong. They'd been slaves, but captivity had knocked the fighting spirit out of them. And also a conditioned fear of their former rulers. So fear is a terrible thing. However, there are ways to face our fears, okay? We can face it. It can be prayer. It can be meditation. It could be just do it, It depends on the time available, but that's it. So here's the situation. The Red Sea's before them. Pharaoh's soldiers are behind them, and time is running out. So Moses gives a bit of a speech. Now, I'm not sure what he's expecting God to do here, but in Exodus 14:13, this is what he says. Fear not, stand still, be quiet. The Lord will fight for you. Okay. So what do you think God says? Why do you cry out to me? Tell the people of Israel, go forward. So God must be thinking, no! Talk about timing, right? It's time for action, not speeches. Just do it. So they go into the Red Sea, it parts, Pharaoh's army comes there, they drown as the waters rise again, right? Wow, sounds like a miracle to me. The Bible actually gives a rational explanation for the Red Sea parting. In Exodus 14:21, it says, there was a strong east wind all that night that made dry land. So in 2006, Russian physicists did some modeling and so on, and they calculated that 70-mile-an-hour winds blowing for 8 hours could expose ground close to the water surface at that part of the Red Sea. So is it miracle? Is it timing? Bit of both? For us, the Red Sea crossing can represent a decisive break from the past. A spiritual awakening, a religious conversion, or a break from a former undesirable lifestyle. Many first-gen members can liken their, sometimes dramatic conversions to Red Sea crossings, leaving Egypt and crossing the Red Sea. Leaving a self-centered, me-first lifestyle, embracing a faith-based, live for the sake of others lifestyle. But after that separation experience, or separation from Satan, as the divine principle talks about, and that determination, are we going to walk straight towards Canaan? How straight will our path be towards Canaan? Or are we going to kind of wander midway in the desert, somewhere between the start and the end? That's the question, really. So for the Israelites and for Moses, the Red Sea decisively and substantially separated the Israelites from the pursuing evil. This marked the end of the Exodus, and God told them to celebrate this day they left Egypt and commemorate it annually. And actually, for thousands of years since, I guess up to 3,000 years, Jews have been continued to celebrate the Passover. So even as I speak here, we're here, and I speak, Jews around the world are actually celebrating Passover and remembering Moses' course right now, studying Moses' course and praying to God. And these week-long celebrations, they end on Tuesday. But we are living in a cosmic level era, and true parents have completed Moses' course and more, right? Even on the cosmic, spiritual, physical level era. And they're opening it up literally for anyone. For Jews, Christians, Muslims, and everyone else. Faiths, no faiths, everyone is welcome. So the Jews were taught by God that celebrations are critical to maintaining tradition. And that defining moments should be remembered and should be marked and honored. And true parents are very big on the holy days, aren't they? And it's one of true parents' traditions. So perhaps in that spirit, we can celebrate our family or personal achievements and remember them. Now, I'm talking to myself here. I think I should do that more. But, I think I need to start. But, to remember these things in the spirit that true parents have done, in the spirit of God's, how God instructed Moses. So here they are. They move on to the Sinai desert, not a very nice place. No slave drivers, no soldiers to hurt them, but they're rare to find water, and when they do, it's usually salty. It's horrible. You try salty water. One time I asked for a cup of tea. No, was it? No? Yeah, a cup of tea. No, take that, but forget that one. Anyway, doesn't matter about that one. But rare to find water. When they could, they would stay, oases and so on. But Moses led and taught them. He said, obey God, get organized, clean up physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. God gave them 10 commandments. But still, people sinned a lot. They were complaining, they were ungrateful, they turned to false gods. I want to put in here, insert here a word about gratitude. One brother used to say that hell has no grateful people in it. So people of gratitude don't go to hell. There you go. So if you've got an attitude of gratitude, it's really within you grateful. You can't go to hell because you'd be too grateful. You're going to come out again. Oh, thank you so much. I really appreciate this indemnity. You're going to go straight back out again, right? So an attitude of gratitude is a fundamental, wow, what else do you need in life? So Moses would ask for forgiveness of the sinning Hebrews. And I just got a prayer here, just 9 words of one of Moses' prayer. It's from Exodus 32:31. Moses says about the Hebrews he's leading, he says to God, or he prays to God, forgive them, or if not, destroy me forever. Can you imagine a prayer? That's a Christ-like prayer. I mean, that is amazing, right? It's a prayer offering everything. Destroy me forever if you can't forgive them. And that's awesome. Well, eventually, all those born in the desert, crossed the Jordan River, and according to True Father, the Jordan River is like a small version of the Red Sea. Then they brought down Jericho city and populated Canaan by conquest. In True Father's 1981 speech, I gave an excerpt earlier, he said, be prepared to cross any oceans, mountains, or deserts. Even if the 7 satanic tribes of Canaan try to block your entrance into the promised land, be determined to overcome them. So in our time, winning Canaan is winning hearts and minds and establishing a culture of heart. True Mother has spoken of the attitude of Caleb and Joshua, who scouted out Canaan. And those of us who are reading the Pentecost Hundokays, in one of the earlier readings, you can see True Mother talks about the attitude of Caleb, who she really appreciates. She said we should really have this attitude, all of us. So, but due to the leadership of our true parents, True Mother could proclaim the following message. This was in September 2023. The course of the wilderness era is in the past, as I read earlier. Then she says, we must create a new history and a new culture in a new era, and I have been creating these in various ways. And then we see from other studies that True Mother has determined to establish a base for Chonilguk, cosmic Canaan, by winning over 7 religious orders, 7 countries, and 1 continent. And as a start, she's founded the Holy Spirit Association. I tell a lie. He's founded the Heavenly Parents Holy Community, which is a spiritual order that can embrace all of humankind. She's also preparing to open next year, as we know, the Chonmongung Cosmic Temple. So for ourselves, this Chonilguk, this Canaan, it's an era. It's not yet a place, but it's a starting point of settlement. It begins as a personal way of life by ourselves as individuals. It collectively and over time becomes a culture of blessed families, growing inwardly in relationships, and in time manifesting outwardly in land, a place of homes and community, ultimately one world nation under a heavenly constitution. While successive generations, second, third, fourth, and beyond, are born in such an era of our movement, others can migrate from the wilderness of, or from Egypt itself to the holy place when they're ready. So in our present era, in our hearts and minds, we may cross back sometimes to those midway desert territories, sometimes wander, sometimes get a bit lost. Yeah, maybe go even further back, those cool places where they have the pyramids, Whoa, I want one of those. Yeah, fast and fancy Tesla chariots. Wow, well, that's for me. No carbon footprints, no camel footprint for me. But, I'm joking. We need to balance internal and external, win others by our lifestyle. And along the way, we're gradually removing our unhelpful and unprincipled habits of mind and body. So when all is said and done, the journey grows us, doesn't it? And God is always with us. Thank you very much. I would like... Okay. Please join me in prayer. Our Heavenly Parent, we are so grateful for the life you have given us. We're grateful to be alive. Father, it's not been an easy or a straight course, and yet you're always there. You're always there, like the sun behind clouds, sometimes if the clouds are in the way. But Heavenly Parent, we can always seek you. Just takes a moment. It just takes a moment of time, and we can be present with you. A change of attitude, a sincerity, a repentance, a doing of your will. We want to pray for the success of our true parents and the success at this time, this cosmic era, Canaan, this Chonilguk era. And whereas people are praying to you at various levels, some are praying to you on a personal, individual level, and that's all they know. Others are praying in bigger ways. We have our leaders now, our true parents, who are showing us the biggest way of all, the way of heaven. We want to follow that way. We thank you that we can spend time here together, and we want to say we're really so grateful to you, and we want to pray for a blessing upon this world and all those people going through it, Father. And I want to offer this prayer in my name, Graham Bennett, the Central Blessed Family. Adieu.
Thank you very much for that message, Uncle Graham. Let's give him up another round of applause. That was powerful. And so now we're going to have an offering song. So please let us rise.
Sunlight beaming forth in the east from the fatherland, bringing tidings of a new world to families in the field. Let us hasten to send the news all throughout the world. Eden's glory spreading forever, the hope of joy and peace. Dawn, 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 throughout the shining fatherland, tells the tidings of the rising sun that brings us life. Harvest, spring, green and on the fields, hasten to harvest now. Crops are ripened and ready to bring into the heavenly barn. Saints and angels and heavenly hosts gather to speak the tidings. Flowers shine, harvests of joy at the banquet of the Lord. Dawn, dawn, throughout the shining fatherland, tells the tidings of the rising sun that brings us life. When the wars of 6,000 years are gone from the Father's heart, sons and daughters shall live with great joy, our true parents' soul. Saints and sages and heaven with faith are waiting for this day. Royal men of hope and fidelity yearn to see this day. Oh, dawn, 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 throughout the shining fatherland, tells the tidings of the rising sun that brings us life. Dawn, golden dawn, throughout the shining fatherland, tells the tidings of the rising sun that brings us life.
Let us pray. Dearest Heavenly Parent, true parent, heaven and earth, thank you so much we gather here together today, Sunday service, and we were the really chosen people to go to the promised land, which Heavenly Parent have been seeking since the whole human creation. Thank you so much, and we gather here together to hear this service, and we really want to prepare True Mother's coming soon, and a really important time we are living now, and together the True Mother go towards the promised land, Canaan, Heavenly Parent. 감사합니다, 모든 I report this prayer in the name of Akiko of Central Verse Family, Aju.
Okay, let's be seated. I just wanted to clarify an announcement. Wait. Announcement earlier that I made about Tanya's fundraising to be able to attend the 40-day pilgrimage in Korea. So if you could support her, she'll be selling flower cards and I think some other products. So yeah, thank you. And now we're gonna greet some people. Nice to meet you. If you haven't been here, it's okay now? Yeah. If you haven't been here, welcome. Any newcomers? Mike, sorry.
Does Sonia had baby boy yesterday?
Let's see. Wow, congratulations. Thank you. Anyone else new who haven't been here or who's been away for a long time? Okay, welcome.
I've been quite busy, helping my parents, etc. So I'm glad to be back. Thanks.
Thank you for coming. And anyone else? Yes, nice to see you again, brother and sister.
Hi, so I guess I should probably announce that I'm living in Livingston House now. I don't know if I mentioned that to everyone.
Wow.
What's your name?
Edward Mona. I guess I'm originally from the Birmingham community. And yeah, this is my wife Kim. She's just visiting this weekend.
Hi everyone, I'm Kim. I'm from Sweden. My mom's Korean, my dad's Swedish, and I'm just visiting over the weekend, visiting Edward here. Nice to meet you all, thank you.
It's good to have you. Thank you. All right, so if that's everything, we're gonna stand up and recite the benediction prayer. Okay. Benediction. Forgive, love, and unite. Gratitude brings about heavenly fortune. Forgiveness opens people's minds, and love moves people's hearts. Let us be grateful for everything. Forgive our enemies, love our neighbors as we love ourselves, and work in oneness for peace. Adieu. Thank you so much, and have a lovely week.